What's going on, y'all? It's your boy GP, and you're rocking with me on the AquaMethodPodcast. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter, GrasshopperGP, Instagram, GrasshopperGP, both of which spell normally no special characters, numbers, emojis, underscores, anything crazy like that. It's GrasshopperGP, Instagram, and Twitter. Send me an email at GrasshopperGP@yahoo.com for any types of sponsorships, advertisements, questions, comments, all that good stuff. GrasshopperGP@yahoo.com is the place to do it. You are listening to this on GrasshopperGP Official. That's Grasshopper with 3 S's because when I made the account, I couldn't spell. GrasshopperGP Official with 3 S's is the YouTube account. Thank y'all for once again rocking with me on the Aqua Method Podcast, episode 90. And today I am joined by an old friend from a bygone era, Mr. Steven Albritton. What's going on, Steve?
Mr. GP, how are you, sir? I'm doing well up here in Kansas City.
That's good, man. That's good. For y'all that haven't seen Steven's last episode, Steven was on the show months ago, and he used to work at the TV station I work at, and now he's in Kansas City doing real big things. So how's that transition been?
You know, it's been really good. It's been here 4 months now. I think to the 5 o'clock and a 9 o'clock show on KMBC, which is an ABC affiliate. You know, big transition, you know, bigger city, bigger market, new co-workers, and, you know, new way of doing things. But I was able to slide right in, and, you know, things work great. So I'm enjoying Kansas City, Missouri. That's where I live, and all the things that come with it. And I'm excited to, you know, have some more fun once it warms up and the summer gets here.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. So everything's been a pretty smooth transition. What has been the biggest struggle for you so far in your move?
Well, when we moved, my wife was 7 months pregnant when we moved, and then on Christmas Eve, our son decided to come along about 5 weeks early. So we were juggling a move, a new job, and next thing you know, a brand new newborn, all in a matter of like 4 or 5 weeks while I'm trying to start a new job. So it's just kind of been a whirlwind from all angles, but everybody's doing well. My son's 3 months old now, a little over 3 months old, and you know, things are good. Things are very, very good.
Well, that's good, man. They say you're never really ready for that. Can you attest to that?
Oh, 100%. Because we thought we had another 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks before, you know, had the house set up for the baby, nursery ready. You know, me kind of in the flow of going to work when I would go in, when I'd be coming home, and then bam, next thing you know, you got this little 6-pound child that you have to keep alive.
Yep. Well, that's good, man. Again, congratulations on that. What's your son's name?
My son is Jackson.
Jackson. That's a good name. That's an awesome name. So congratulations to you and to your lovely wife, and best wishes to y'all in the future. But it's good that y'all done made the transition as smoothly as you could. You know.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. We, you know, made that 12-hour trip over the course of 2 days, and the moving company took all of our stuff and dropped us off up here at our new home, and you know, everything went about as well as you could ask for.
Now, it's been pretty much a whirlwind for you. Have you been to the movies lately?
Have I been to the movies? I actually did go to the movies a couple weeks ago. My wife wanted to go see the new 50 Shades movie, so that's what we went and saw. Not scared to admit it.
Okay. Well, hey, I mean, you do what you got to do when you're somebody's husband, I guess. You know, but that's good, man. I was going to ask you if you had seen the Power Rangers yet.
That is one that I really want to see. All the reviews that I've heard is, you know, if you kind of go into it with that, you know, that childlike mentality when,
right,
you know, people of our age used to watch it back when we were, you know, 8, 9 years old, that it's a movie that you're really going to enjoy. And from what I've seen, probably enjoy the sequel, which I'm sure they left it open to you know, sequels.
Well, apparently, from what I read, there's going to be 6 of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ambitious. I like that.
Yeah, so, but it all, of course, hinges upon what they do with this one. But I think, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I saw it. But yeah, it's the best part of it is the fact that it has something you can't manufacture in the nostalgia, you know. That's something you can't fake and you can't force it on the people. It's either you have it or you don't. If you didn't grow up with Power Rangers, you probably would like it only because you're like 12 and under.
Mm-hmm.
But if you grew up with
it,
you don't like it, you know. You're gonna like it.
That's one that's on my list to see. I might have to wait for it to come out on streaming or something like that. Like I said, the baby, it holds you up a little bit.
I bet.
I'm more than okay with. But
right. But Steven is also a big time sports fan. That's really what I wanted to get him on the show for. So how your brackets doing with the March Madness?
All right, let me take you back to day one. They had 16 games that first day, and I went 16 for 16. So I was feeling real good, having this perfect bracket after day one. Day two, took a couple losses, but I got 28 out of 32 in the first round. So I was like, this might be my year where I get, a really good bracket.
Right.
And then everything starts to happen. The Kansas loses, and Duke loses, and Villanova loses.
Yep.
You're just kind of like, what is going on here? How can I do so well this first weekend? But you won't find me any person in the country who had, Carolina, Gonzaga, North Carolina, and Oregon in the Final Four.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's how it goes.
So your bracket in terms of relativity, then your bracket should be just as good as it was prior, because everybody's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to be. I was in the top 50,000 out of top 50,000 or top 150,000 out of 18 million brackets on ESPN after that first 2 days of basketball. And then it just tumbled off a cliff.
Of course.
I got one Final Four team right, and that was North Carolina. My original bracket had Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, and who was that fourth one? Duke and Arizona, with Arizona and Kansas in the title game, and Arizona winning it all. But of course, that's not happening.
I had everybody you had. I had Gonzaga. I had North Carolina and Kansas and Villanova. Yeah, that's what I had.
You got one in there.
No, Gonzaga's still in, huh?
Yeah.
Gonzaga and North Carolina.
And North Carolina. Oh, see, you're way ahead of me.
Yeah. So and I got Carolina winning everything. So.
Oh, so you still have some points to get. So hopefully it works out for somebody.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully. But yeah, man, I want to because I know that you and Daniel back in the day used to talk about that stuff a lot.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we definitely, especially more during the college football season. That's definitely our wheelhouse. Him being a Florida State fan and me just kind of enjoying college football in its entirety. But you can't go wrong with the March Madness. Everybody, a lot of people get in on it. Everybody has an office pool or a friend's pool that they try to get in on, and everybody gets together and enjoy that for a few weeks.
Who you got in the NBA Finals? Because it's looking kind of shaky for them Cavaliers.
Yeah, but at the same time, LeBron's LeBron. They'll turn it on when they need to. They're probably bored over the regular season. 1 seed, 2 seed doesn't matter.
No, it don't matter.
I think we're going to see we'll see a repeat of last year's finals. Last two finals actually.
Right.
Cavs and Warriors for another rematch, and I think the Warriors will probably get it done this time. I think so too. I think the Warriors gonna if they go to a third one, I think it's gonna be 2-1 Warriors. But you think that's a good thing having 3 straight NBA finals the same people? I think it's a good thing. I like it. I think it makes a whole new rivalry. Yeah, and that's the thing. People forget that the Lakers and the Celtics did the exact same thing back in the late 70s going into the 80s, and the Bulls and the Jazz kind of did it in the mid 90s and all that stuff. So I mean, it's kind of how the NBA goes. A few teams will get hot, stay hot for their 3 or 4 year window. But what my personal opinion of it is it's the AAU circuit. All these kids played up or grew up playing on specialized teams with the best 2 or 3 players from the region that they live in, whether the Midwest, the West Coast. So, these kids all know each other. They all played in the USA basketball system for Team USA in some sort or another. Some were able to make the jump. Some had to go to college for a year, but, they all kept in touch. They're all on Facebook and Twitter. So when they get to the league, they're like, well, yeah, I want to play with my best friends. Why wouldn't I want to do that? You know, and then some guys go play with LeBron. Some guys, you know, they get buddy with Steph Curry and Clay and those guys. So we'll head out there. Houston's got a little thing going on. OKC, you thought had it until they let Harden go and then let Durant walk.
Mm-hmm.
But Miami, that's what they did down there during their four NBA Finals runs. You know, it was just a bunch of friends getting together and playing basketball together. And I think it's good and bad, but at the same time, if you have powerhouses, then you know it's that much more fun to try to see somebody knock them off. Because you can't count out Boston coming down to the East.
No.
Now, they've taken down the Cavs a couple times this year.
You got Houston in the West, and you got San Antonio all the time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yep.
And the Jazz, they're right there. Nobody talks about the Jazz. That's a well-coached team. They play team basketball. Can they beat the Warriors and Rockets? I don't think so. But you know what? All it takes is one injury here or there, and then you know who knows what direction a series can go. And we saw that with when Durant got hurt. The first 5 or 6 games after that, the Warriors were lost, and now they've run off 10 straight wins.
Yep. But yeah, man, nobody talks about the Jazz because they're in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, man.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's not their fault,
Jazz
man.
have a history. No, but they have a history of being a very good team. They've gone through their downs, but they've been able to piece together a really good roster led by Gordon Hayward. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We will see.
But yeah, you was talking about AAU, and you also went to Ball State University, and so of course I got to ask you about LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball, yeah. Oh, LeVar Ball, that man, he's something else.
There's a lot of pro people for him, and a lot of con people for him. You know, like people. There's people who really like him, and there's people who really don't, and there's not that many people in the middle.
No, and you're totally right about that, and I can see both sides of it. I mean, some people call him a loud parent screaming from the stands, being a distraction. Some people say, well, that distraction takes the spotlight off of his kids, so his kids can just go play. And, you know, everybody's focused on their dad. The other side of it, well, he's building a brand. You know, the Kardashian effect.
You're right.
You know?
Right.
Now, you can be that reality TV show, and that's going to pay you hand over fist who knows how much money if you were to land that reality TV deal, and then he's promoting his big baller brand. You know, he's trying to get that up and going, hats, T-shirts, and shoes, and who knows what else. You know, that he's being a businessman. So you can't totally knock him. You can disagree with how he's going about it, but at the same time, we live in this era of the Kardashians and all the Real Housewives shows and this reality TV show swapping wives and swapping houses and stuff. I mean, you know, this is just the era we live in these days.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. I like LeVar Ball. I think he's very entertaining. At minimum, you know, I don't understand the people who don't really care for him. Like it's like a personal thing, you know. Like I had one guy I work with. He said I would be ashamed if he was my father. I'm like, I mean, that's kind of far fetched, you know. Like, that's a little too much, you know. It's not that bad, you know. Like a lot of people would want a father to champion them that way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
But
about
I mean, when you grow up in it and understand what he's trying to do and what the family's success is trying to be about, then you kind of gotta roll with it. And from everything I've heard and seen about the Ball brothers, the families are all very, you know, well-spoken, you know, kind team players. So, you know, they just get out there on the court and do their thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about what the kids do. It's all about what the kids do. I do think he is putting a little too much pressure on them because now, I mean, you got one that's a sophomore in high school and everybody's looking at him now. And I mean, they could say that they're all ready for the spotlight and all that stuff, but nobody's ready for that level of spotlight. And his spotlight's gonna follow him forever until whatever his career becomes in the NBA, should they make it there, you know. So everybody's going to be looking at him, you know, and it's all because of his pops.
And even before that, when he gets to UCLA, both Ball brothers, when they get to UCLA, that first game they play, you know, it's going to be on ESPN, CBS, ESPN2, you know, one of the big network channels, and everybody's going to be watching.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this Ball brother going to do? We know what Lonzo did. You know, what about LaMelo Ball and the other one?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have all the eyes on them that Lonzo really didn't have as much of.
Right, yeah.
It'll be all eyes on him once he gets drafted first or second.
Well,
and if he gets to go to the Lakers like he wants to, that's even more eyes because then the Staples Center is going to be a sellout, and they're going to expect him and Brandon Ingram and all those guys to come out with a W night one, and Lonzo Ball come out here with a big night of scoring.
Right. Yeah, no, he's gonna have to be a superstar. He's gonna have to be a game changer. Should he go to the Lakers, and the Lakers being as bad as they are, you would have to resurrect. He had to be the new. It feels wrong to say, but he had to be the new Kobe.
Yep, big shoes to fill.
Yep.
Big shoes to fill.
Real big shoes, man. But I think the third one could have the hardest time with it or the easiest time with it, because if the middle one is bad, then they won't look at the third one as much. But if the middle one is good, then they're gonna expect the little one to be even better.
Yeah. Yeah, solid points there. So we will see how they end up doing it. I hope they all do well. At the very least, they all get to the league and have some sort of a career.
Yeah, because but I mean, like, how do you feel about the comparison of LeVar Ball to Joe Jackson?
You said Joe Jackson?
Yeah, Michael Jackson daddy.
Huh. Being the parent that pushes them in in that direction. I think this day and age it's a lot harder to go as hard as Joe Jackson went.
Of course.
Especially in a sport setting where there's practices where there's other coaches, there's other people involved. Whereas the Joe Jackson situation, it was just him, teaching the dance moves, teaching them how to sing, teaching them how to perform and be on stage, and then taking them to talent shows and entering them in this show and getting them on TV. So I think it's kind of hard to compare those situations when you have so many other factors that are pulling on the Ball brothers than just one dad who's kind of championing everything, compared to when Lamar Ball is just putting him out, putting him on teams, and then the coach kind of takes it from there, and then they are traveling with their teammates, and different guys there.
Yeah, man. I think he's gonna try his best to infiltrate the NBA system, and it's not gonna work out for him because the NBA is a lot bigger and stronger than the NCAA. But he's gonna try his hardest. Another thing I really didn't like about it, what he's been doing is I don't know if you heard about what he kind of punked the high school coach.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, outside of that, I mean, that was kind of messed up, man. Like, you gotta let the coach be the coach,
Mm.
And
but apparently he helped get him that job.
Right.
Who knows, all kinds of bad blood there.
Right. Yeah. So but still, man, like, I'm sure that guy said I appreciate it, but I'm still the coach now, But yeah, man. Like, so. And it's Luke Walton, the coach of the Lakers. So Lonzo goes to the Lakers. You think LeVar gonna have Luke's number on speed dial?
I would hope not. I think he will end up stepping aside, letting Lonzo be a pro and be his own man, because he got two other kids to get through UCLA and promote. And honestly, I think he feels once one kid makes it, then he doesn't have to go out on the TV and show up in front of things. He can just promote, the family and the big baller brand. So I hope he'll step aside.
That's a good point. I don't know. I kind of think he likes it. I think he wants to be in front of. I think it is a means to an end. I think he's doing it because he feels he has to, but I also think that he likes it.
Yeah, absolutely. He loves the attention.
Yeah,
absolutely loves the attention. He loves being invited on all the talk shows. He's been on Speak for Yourself. He's been on Colin Cowherd's show. He's been on who knows how many other shows and interviews. He loves it.
Well, it's easy for him since everything's based in Los Angeles and he's right there. So I wonder if it was more difficult if he would be doing that same thing. Probably so. I wonder how he got. I mean, because they did a feature on his house and and his family life and stuff like that. I want to know how he made all that money.
I mean,
Because he got a very large house.
Played some college I know he played some college basketball, and I know he did some. He was on some practice squads in the NFL a few times.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he did professionally to put his son through AAU, but I'm sure now that big baller brand, he's got checks being cashed in weekly.
Do you want one of them shirts?
I'm good. I don't need a big baller brand.
What if it was in that Ball State red?
No, pass. Everybody else can have the big baller brand hats and shirts and pants, shorts and shoes and.
Like Bomani would say, I think Bomani Jones said it. Somebody said it, but it made a lot of sense. Like the big baller brand would be cool in like 1990.
Yes.
That's when we was doing the big baller thing. Like that, it sounds out of place nowadays.
Yeah, because if you line up right alongside the Sean Johns and Fubu's.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Fubu's, man. I went to Macy's not too long ago. I'm like, where's the Sean John at? Like it must have just disappeared.
Yeah. I mean, Diddy moved on to Ciroc Vodka now. That's his thing.
I'm gonna have to ask my mom. I don't think I own one shred of Fubu clothing.
I think I owned the one, and it was a winter jacket that was really nice and really warm, but it only had Fubu and like the small logo on the sleeve, and you wouldn't even know it's a Fubu jacket unless you really look. That's the only Fubu I own.
I kind of like the Fat Albert joints, but I don't think I ever bought any of them.
No, I didn't.
Are you familiar with Lot 29, the clothing brand?
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
Lot 29 back in the day, like late 90s, early 2000s, used to have Warner Brother cartoons characters, Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and stuff like that, dressed up in like real hood clothes as like their logos, and it was a clothing line that did that, and I think Warner Brothers hit them with that lawsuit, and I haven't seen a item of clothing since. But I used to like them joints.
Yeah, when a company like Warner Brothers hits you with a lawsuit, you're probably not sticking around much longer.
Probably, I don't know if it was a full-on lawsuit. Probably a cease and desist, and they cease and desist.
all the way.
Mm-hmm. Well, like now we're talking about it because the Fubu conversation kind of got me thinking. Like back in the day, what was something like Steven used to wear back in the day that is like, if you look at them pictures, be like embarrassing?
Oh my gosh, I had this pair of jeans that had cargo pockets on the side,
mm-hmm.
and I thought they were the coolest things just because they had extra pockets on the side of the knee. Oh my god, I hope I never see a picture of myself wearing them ever again.
Man,
ever again.
Back in the day,
I don't even know where I bought them.
I mean, it was the late 90s, early 2000s, man. Things happen, you never know. Like you think you're cool. I remember I used to rock, for some strange reason, man. And looking back on it, I just can't fathom why I used to do this. I used to rock a lot of Hawaiian shirts. I used to think that was the dopest shit, man. I used to think that was the dopest shit. I wanted a Hawaiian shirt. I wanted a plain white tee under it, and I wanted, because a Hawaiian shirt is like a button up, so I wanted it open, and I wanted a white tee under it. And I thought it was the dopest shit, but nope.
And now you look back, just like, why didn't somebody tell me?
I tried to do the Nelly 2 headband thing.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, back when I had cornrows, I'd rock a headband every now and then. Not two of them, but just one.
Yeah, man. I try to, like the Murphy Lee, if I got a silver shirt and like black shoes, I want a black and silver headband. I want two of them and crisscross them, look like one mega headband.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yep.
And I had a like little afro that would puff out of it, and it was just awful. It was the worst thing in the world.
You can look back on it now and laugh at it.
Yeah, man.
When kids get a hold of it, they'll be like, "Dad, what were you thinking?" And I'm like, "Look, that was just the time."
Yeah, it was just the times, man. So you are rapidly approaching that stage in your life. You're like, look, son. And And he'd be like, "Why would you doing that, Daddy?"
And I won't have a good answer for him.
That's just what it
I
was.
will not have a good answer. I thought I looked cool.
Is your wife nearby?
Oh, no. We're about to go run some errands here in a little while, so she's upstairs.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask her a yes or no question. Yes or no question was going to be, if it's no, then, that stops the question. But if it was yes, I was going to ask her, give me the most embarrassing Steven story.
Oh, gosh. Yeah,
that she can think of. That she can think of that is arable for a PG-13 crowd.
I'm sure she has quite a few that we don't need to tell the world about.
That's fair. But yeah, man, I wanted but yeah, so it's pretty much sports focused, and a lot of things is changing in the NFL. How you feel about the Raiders going to Vegas?
I mean, that's one of those where you just kind of like, the Oakland brand is so strong, but they have played in the most awful stadium for the longest time. Half the season they got to play on some flowers running by there.
Yeah, hey man, it's a po' boy festival coming up. That's today, and the very Louisiana thing for those of y'all not listening in Louisiana is a po' boy is a sandwich that is a quintessential Louisiana, and there's a whole festival. This is the second annual going on today. So, but that was just an ambulance. I don't know. Like I said, I had another phone interview 2 episodes ago, and a fire truck and ambulance was rolling by. I live in a nice, fairly nice neighborhood. It's just I'm on a major street.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it definitely happens. Yeah. Oh, Po' Boy Festival. Wish I was there for that.
Yeah, man.
Yep. We got all the barbecue festivals up here, so I guess I can trade it off. But
that sounds good to me.
Festival International coming up.
Are you coming down for that? Coming down for Festival International?
I wish I was, man, but I got a wedding to go be in back in Indiana, and some family reunion after that. So all of our time off and trips is currently booked. But we're going to try to get back down to Louisiana with the baby here in the next few months or so.
All right. Come check us out, man.
You'll be informed.
All right. But yeah, how you feel about them Raiders, man?
Like I said, the Oakland is such a strong brand. It's shocking that it got to this point. But when you play in a stadium that's literally falling apart, the press box leaks, the bathrooms are awful, and this is just all hearsay from what I've read online and heard, pundits on the sports talk shows talk about. And then half the year, these guys are getting tackled in the infield because the Oakland Athletics play there. And they haven't been able to come to a deal to secure some kind of funding, whether public or private, or half and half or something like that. Because I get it. You don't want taxpayers on the hook for a good portion of the stadium, because that's unfair to them. But at the same time, in the grand scheme of it, yeah, you might be paying for part of the stadium and the team paying for part of it, but you got to look at the big picture of what's happening around the stadium. I'll take the Colts Stadium, Lucas Oil Stadium, for example. They built that. I can't remember if it was public or private. I'm pretty sure there was some public funds with that. But around the stadium, there's all kinds of bars and restaurants. Downtown is walking distance from everywhere. So you come to a Sunday game and you pack 70,000 people in there. Well, 70,000 people got to park. We'll average it at $15, $20. Well, 70,000 people got to eat, get a beer, whether that's in the stadium or outside the stadium. And you're bringing all of this revenue there 8 times a year minimum. Throw in maybe one playoff game, and maybe if you're lucky enough to host the Super Bowl, get that full week of revenue. There's just so much other entities that go into this, and it just shocks me that it got to a point where the city couldn't come to an agreement to keep the Raiders there with a new stadium deal. And Las Vegas I think, is a perfect NFL town. I mean, yeah, they have the gambling aspect there, which I know the NFL claims they don't really like, but they clearly don't mind it that much. But for those of us who live in colder climates, we'll take Kansas City. If we're playing the Raiders and the time we play them on the road is in Vegas and that game happens to be in the middle of November, you better believe there's going to be 30,000, 40,000 Kansas City Chiefs fans catching a one-way flight on Southwest out to Vegas for a 4-day weekend for that game.
Yeah, man.
And that's going to happen with all the other AFC teams like the Colts and some of the colder NFC teams, the Seahawks, and the Lions, and the Packers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you have an away game in Vegas, that's probably gonna be the one game fans travel to.
Yeah, man. I'm all for the Raiders going to Vegas. I mean, I feel sorry for those, you know what I mean, the Oakland fans and the Los Angeles fans, but like that I mean, the Raiders, like that black and silver motif, I feel like fits perfectly with the Raiders. I mean, fits perfectly with Las Vegas. I mean, I think it's going to be a great idea. They're probably going to have slot machines like right in the back of everybody's seat, so that the person sitting behind them can play the slot machine. I think that's going to be dope. I mean, that new stadium, whenever they build it, I mean, I'm guessing, probably 2021, I would assume, if they're going to be in Oakland for another 2 years, give them another 2 years to build that stadium. I think it's going to be it's probably going to be a state-of-the-art stadium. And Vegas is getting a lot of teams, man. The NHL got a team now in Vegas called the Golden Knights. I think I mean, it's just getting bigger and bigger. And I think the Raiders fans will travel pretty well. I mean, like, how many miles is Vegas from Oakland? I mean, it can't be that much.
No, it's any flight from Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, Oakland to Vegas. You can find multiple one-way flights in and out of there. And I can't remember who I heard say it, but they made a great point. You're going to see an exodus of about 15,000, 20,000 Raider fans 8 times a year, to go to see them play. Whether they drive there or whether they, trade tickets to get there, fly there, you're going to see a lot of Raider fans embrace the Las Vegas side of things.
Now, do you think that Vegas is gonna care about the Raiders as much as the Oakland fans did? You know what I mean? Because Vegas is is a transient city. It's like a bunch of people just visiting for a little bit. I mean, they don't really have I'm sure they got people that live there for forever, but still though.
Absolutely.
I just don't see. I mean, I think it just feels like they won't ever have a home field advantage.
And you're absolutely right because of the away game aspect where, a lot of the big fans, they might choose one away game to actually travel to, a city they haven't been to before. But now you're going to see a lot of people do that. So I think you'll see some Las Vegas folks actually hop on with the Oakland Raiders brand.
They'll probably get along with it.
Yeah, they'll get along with it really, really well.
I'm like I think like I said, I think Bomani said this, like there might be some tampering going on when it comes to away teams come and visit Vegas, and like I feel like somebody related to the Raiders would like try to give them like strippers to their hotels and distract them and get them not ready for the actual game. How you feel about that? You think they're gonna be in sort of tampering?
I think it'll be, and who said it?
If not from the Raiders, then from some like Vegas type wise guys type of cat.
Yeah, and I can't remember who I heard say it, but he made a good point. The guys who live in some of those more marquee cities, New Orleans, Miami, New York City, Los Angeles, et cetera, those guys aren't the ones who you think would be out all the time getting in trouble. It's the guys who, they fly in on a Thursday, Friday night. They're trying to go out and see something they can normally do, maybe catch a show, go out to this club or that club before or after a game, and then it's those guys that are usually, getting in some type of trouble, So as far as the home team Raiders, they'll be good to go. They've been there, done that. They live there. They can, they'll be fine. But those away teams, I'm sure you got a lot of head coaches who are already putting together plans and rules for when they travel to Vegas here in a couple of years.
Yeah, man, that's funny, man. That's funny. But yeah, you grew up a Colts fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. How would you feel if the Colts left? Let's say the Colts left and went to a comparable distance, like Chicago or something.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know if I would stay on board with them or pledge my allegiance to a new team. Oh, that's a tough question. I'd hate to see them go.
Right.
You know, but hey, the Colts did it once to somebody else. They used to be in Baltimore, and
Yep.
overnight a bunch of Mayflower trucks showed up, loaded up the entire team, and left in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I was thinking about the same thing because, like, I'll say it because I do like the notion of the Raiders moving to Vegas and stuff like that. But like, I mean, they are leaving a bunch of people who grew up, like, generation, of Oakland fans, and people in Los Angeles. I don't know the distance, but it can't be that far from Oakland, so they still fans. But I just think about, like, if I was I'm a fan of the Saints. If the Saints were to leave, I don't know how I feel about it, because but it's a little different only because New Orleans only has the Saints and the Pelicans. Louisiana only has the Saints and the Pelicans. California has 100 teams.
Yeah, and you can count the USC Trojans, the UCLA Bruins, and all those other things they have going on.
Mm-hmm. So,
which is why it partially shocks me that they would pull 2 NFL teams in there, because if these teams aren't good, there's other things to do in Los Angeles.
Right.
It's not like Green Bay, Wisconsin, where if the Packers aren't good, there's not a lot else you can do in the middle of the winter,
Right.
Los Angeles, no, they aren't good, well, I'll go to a Laker game. Oh, the Lakers aren't good, well, I can go to a Clipper game. They can go Clippers to LA Kings to who else is there? Rams, Chargers, or I can go out to one of the many fine dining establishments. And if not that, I'll just go to the beach.
Right. For free.
Yeah, for free. Then it's right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they I mean, it's oversaturated. I mean, I don't mind the idea of moving one of them because it is the second biggest media market in the country and all that stuff. And I mean, it makes sense to have one team there. But but 2 of them, it doesn't make any sense because they have 2 teams in every league.
Yep. Anaheim Mighty Ducks, and you got the Angels in baseball. The Dodgers are there, and don't forget Disneyland.
And 2 MLS teams too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's what we got, the MLS team.
That's crazy, man. I mean, like,
a
lot of rich people in Los Angeles, but they ain't got that kind of money to go to all them things.
No, there's only so much time in the day and so many seasons where you're gonna buy season tickets and try to attend all that stuff.
Yeah, man. But we'll see, man. I'm excited to see it, and I think it's a perfect fit, Vegas and the Raiders, and I think I'm excited to see that stadium. I hope they make it real Vegas. Like I said, there should be a slot machine in the back of everybody's seat.
Something tells me the NFL is not going to allow that, but I guarantee they'll put it close enough where you can do some live betting nearby the stadium and get your bets in.
Mm-hmm. It would probably they could have like a big old jumbotron with fantasy stats just right there.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, lots of teams are already toying around with iPad tablet type deals and like the premium sections, club level seats, where you can keep an eye on your fantasy teams or watch other games at your seat while you're watching the one you're actually at. Because you've been to Saints games, you know how much actual downtime there is when you actually attend a game. I think it gets long. And,
yeah, man.
That's one of the reasons why the at-home experience is so great. You can get yourself a big TV for relatively cheap, and you get yourself the NFL Sunday ticket where you have access to all the games. Your fridge is there, the bathroom's there. You don't have to worry about parking.
Yep.
And litter of people. The at-home experience is great.
Yeah, man.
I love watching games sitting on my couch, but in person's fun. But I'm not the season ticket kind of guy because I don't want to deal.
No way, man. Like, I think going to an NFL game or going to any of these games is a once in a year type thing, man. That's cool with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
But yeah, man, it's like, there's a lot of NFL like rule changes and stuff like that. Do you feel like the NFL is trying to do too much, or what?
I don't think they're trying to do too much. I mean, I feel like the celebration stuff is definitely over the top.
Yeah, man. Let them celebrate.
Let them dance.
Yeah.
Put a little disclaimer: don't do anything sexual in nature or taunt in the face of the other team.
I personally don't want to see a grown man twerking. I don't want to see a grown man twerking. That's it. That's the line for me.
The cheerleaders are right there doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
As far as the on-field rules, though, I don't mind that they got rid of leaping over the line.
Yeah.
Because eventually somebody's going to get undercut and get seriously hurt. I I would love to see them go to more of the college style, targeting and ejection style, penalties. Because in the end, the game needs to be made a little bit safer. Because if 10-20% of people question letting their sons play football, then the sport's slowly going to start going away. The NFL is king right now, but when kids aren't playing the game, and we're lucky enough to live in a country where we all have options in sports to play. My son can go play baseball. He can go play soccer. He can put a ball in his hand and play some basketball. Or if he wanted to play golf, he could do that, or a million other things. We are a country that's very blessed to have options. Which is why people wonder why U.S. soccer isn't as good as some of these other countries. Especially like South American countries. It's like, well,
we got so much other stuff.
Kids grow up. Yeah, I mean, these kids, all they have is a ball, and you can play soccer just about anywhere.
Right.
If that's how they spend their time, sun up to sundown, when they're not in school, obviously they're going to be really, really good, really fast. But, all of us, I grew up playing, a different sport for whatever season is in, basketball in the winter, baseball in the spring, soccer through the summer, football in the fall, and, repeat going into high school and all that stuff. And I got to pick which one I wanted to kind of stick with later on. But, if I focused on one sport, would I have been better? Who knows? But, it's kind of the world that we live in. We live in a world of options, so we can move away from football if we absolutely wanted to.
Would you, will you allow your son to play football if that's what he want to do?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
I don't think I allowed him to play until he got to closer to junior high.
Okay.
Play some flag football and stuff growing up, but yeah, football probably won't be an option for him until he gets 6th, 7th, 8th grade at the earliest. That's when I started playing football, and I feel like at that point, his body's developed a little bit more, everything's a little bit stronger to make work, and it's a lot safer at that point. And even then, that's still 13 years away. He's only 3 months old, so hopefully the game is that much safer at that point, where there's less risk involved. There's better teaching of proper tackling and how to take a hit and kind of go from there. But he'll get started in all those sports soon enough.
Mm-hmm. Do you, because you were talking about the NFL is king right now, can you imagine a world in which the NFL is not king?
Oh, gosh. Right now, it's hard to see. The way the NBA is laid out, and very few teams could hold all the power. Baseball, I think, is just entirely too long of a season.
Yeah, man.
I think they need to cut that down to like 120 games tops.
And it's just so inherently boring.
There's just a lot of downtime.
Man.
And people say, well, there's downtime in football. Yeah, but they're walking back to the huddle, they're making substitutions, they're coming back to the line, and pre-snap is still something you need to watch. Well, where is this wide receiver lining up? Well, where's the running back? Whereas in baseball, it's like pitch, catch, throw it back to the pitcher, and nobody moves.
Right. That's it, man.
There's people that love baseball and all that, and enjoy it, but it's not a good sport for television. Whereas football, everything about football is made for television.
Right.
Even cutaway shots of a coach calling a play or yelling at a player or getting an ankle looked at on the sidelines or being carted off to the locker room or cutaways of fans dressed up crazy. There's nothing about football that doesn't scream, put me on TV.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we gotta wrap this thing up, man. But I'm gonna ask you one more question before we get up out of here. You gotta give me your top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Oh gosh, top 5 favorite movies of all time. Well, I'll start at number 5, and it's probably gonna be movies that when I see that they are on, I have to sit down and watch it.
Right.
That's probably my criteria for my top 5. So this is in no particular order. If you asked me earlier, I could have made a list and ranked them. But 5, probably Shawshank Redemption. Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman, great movie. If you haven't seen it, go out and see it. Probably number 4, Dumb and Dumber. I know it's crude and awful humor and lowbrow comedy, but laughed just as hard as the first time, as the 20th time, as the 100th time.
That was
I've
on
seen that movie.
That was on HBO just recently. I saw it. I saw it yesterday, and it was on. And man, that movie holds up, man. That's a good movie. It's funny.
It really does hold up.
It's really 90s. It's really 90s, but it holds up. They messed up the legacy with that sequel though, man. Well, they had 2 sequels actually, but
both sequels. Yeah, both sequels. Yeah, and I saw the new one with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels, and it was, I tried to go into it without any expectations, but in the end, you're just like, it's not going to match where you want it to be. Okay, so on to my next movie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So this is in no particular order. Wedding Crashers. Love that movie.
Wedding Crashers.
So much. I to this day remember watching that movie in a jam-packed theater and almost in tears. Actually, probably was in tears, laughing so hard throughout that entire movie. It was an epic movie. I hope they never make a sequel, because it doesn't deserve a sequel. It can stand alone. It can stand the test of time. That's why it's still on TBS every other week. My next favorite movie, definitely Thank You for Smoking.
That was a good movie, yeah.
Yeah, awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, for those who listen, Aaron Eckhart, one of his earlier films, where he's a lobbyist for the smoking industry, and gets caught up in some hijinks and all that stuff, and it's just one of those very smart and witty movies that I think everybody will enjoy. I still watch it over and over to this day, and I think it's just one very well done and very smart movie that has some comedic moments and just kind of let you in on some things at the same time. So, and my final movie, a little bit off the wall, but probably Rounders. Matt Damon and Ed Norton, poker players.
Wow.
Get wrapped up in some trouble, and just have to kind of fight their way out of it playing cards at the end of it. So those are probably my top 5, but it's kind of random. So go through them again: Shawshank Redemption, Wedding Crashers, Dumb and Dumber, Thank You for Smoking, and Rounders. Those would be my top 5 movies of all time.
Man, that's an eclectic group. That's a different mix, man. That's a different type of.
I don't get to watch as many movies as I really want to, but those are my top 5. Honorable mention to American Sniper with Bradley Cooper.
All right.
That was a really, really, really good movie. Book was even better. If you haven't read the book, definitely do that. That was awesome.
All right.
But yeah, man, those are probably my movies that I could pop in and watch on repeat.
That's dope, man. That's cool. And I would never guess any of those except for Dumb and Dumber and Wedding Crashers. I could see those 2. With you,
yeah,
man.
Don't worry. When I get off the phone, I'll probably think of like 5 more movies that I could have said.
Yeah, it always happens, man. But hey, before we get out of here, you want to give your social media if you want people to follow you?
Yeah, absolutely. On Facebook, follow my fan page. It'll be a lot of Kansas City news, but you can kind of see how the Midwest is doing things. It's just Stephen Albritton, journalist. Follow me on Twitter at Stephen Albritton. That's Stephen with a V and ALBRITTON. I like to converse with my fans a little bit, so follow me, tweet at me. It's news, sports, and randomness, as I like to call it. And I'll tweet out some interesting news stuff, some fun stuff, and some funny stuff all at the same time. But yeah, follow me and follow Grasshopper. He's the man. He's taking his media career to a new height. You need to talk about your show, man. You got yourself a new show on the radio now.
Well, yeah. I want something a little more long form. I get like a minute and a half every 15 minutes, but it's something. I'm on the radio. So, but yeah, man, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get like you, man.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. You have to start off by grinding, and then doors will open a little bit more each time. And the next thing you know, they're like, all right, you got the whole hour. Fill it. And you're just like, oh
no.
Yeah, the whole hour.
All right, I think I'm ready. All right, let's get it. All right, man. But yeah, it's always a pleasure talking to you, man. You got to come down here and come check us out one more time.
Oh, I absolutely will. I will bring the wife, bring the baby. We'll head back down to Louisiana because we definitely miss the warmth. We miss the food. We've been more than anything else, we definitely miss the people.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, like, best wishes to you, and congratulations on all your success up there, and congratulations on having a little baby, and do your best to keep it alive and keep it nice and well, and but you and Shay, your wife, man, y'all a perfect team. Y'all gonna do just fine.
We appreciate that, Glenn. We definitely appreciate it. Good luck to you as well, my friend.
All right, man. Catch you later.
All right, we'll see you.
And there you have it, folks. That was Steven from a long time ago. Steven was on the show, and he used to work at the TV station that I currently work at. Now he's doing real big things in Kansas City. So shout out to him and thank him for thanks a lot for him to be on the show. It means a lot to me, especially since I'm doing this very last second once again because, hey, that's how I'm rolling right now because your boy is working a lot and I'm always running around and stuff like that. So, and I had other people scheduled to come in, but they didn't come in. So it is what it is. So thanks to Steven for stepping in. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter, GrasshopperGP, Instagram, GrasshopperGP, both of which spelled normally. No special characters, numbers, emojis, underscores, anything crazy like that. GrasshopperGP, Instagram, and Twitter. Send me an email at GrasshopperGP@yahoo.com for the types of sponsorships, advertisements, questions, comments, all that good stuff. GrasshopperGP@yahoo.com is the place to do it. You are listening to this on GrasshopperGP Official. That's Grasshopper with 3 S's because when I made the account, I couldn't spell. GrasshopperGP Official with 3 S's is the YouTube account. Thank y'all for once again rocking with your boy. It's your boy GP, Steven, the AquaMethodPodcast. Y'all be good.